I don't know how to start videos or anything like that. The whole reason I'm making this is just to keep a log of basically what goes on. If I ever post this anywhere, which I highly doubt, but this is, I guess, going to be a vlog, a video diary of my transition. Yes, my voice sounds like garbage right now. Again, I'm just starting out. I mean, I believe myself transgender for 2 years, but I'm going to say this is the beginning process of it. Because recently I've seen a transgender doctor last week, Wednesday, and I'm seeing one tomorrow, which is a week after, which is the next Wednesday. I'm rambling, but that's the whole point of this video. And hopefully, at that appointment, she will give me a prescription for hormone replacements, and we can start moving on there. And again, the whole point of doing this is to show the change. Also I'm going to be seeing a gender therapist, a voice coach, and all that kind of stuff. And yes, I talk with my hands. It's how I've basically seen everyone do it, and that's what I do. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. I mean, I've meant to make this video for at least a week or more, but you can hear it in the background. There's stupid fucking people I live around. And also there's a punk-ass kid out in a basketball court, and I'm surprised there hasn't been a jet gone by, and it's probably going to fly over soon because I live near the Air Force Base. Which is garbage, but what can you do? But yeah, transitioning. Started at age 24, now at age 26, going to be 27 in September. Hopefully be able to change my name and gender on my ID that I have to renew this year, but who knows? I just kicked my goddamn desk. That probably ruined the mic. But yeah, this is going to be a long and painful process. Of course, my Mormon mother doesn't really accept it or support, even though she says she does, because she has to be, because I'm the last child that stayed in her house and kept her basically alive. But you know how parents are. You can never do enough for them, but they can do everything for you, and you can't say anything about it. Which is life. So, yeah. This is going to be a long, long road. If I can finish it, or even get on the road, because it's not cheap, and I don't have money. I mean, I'm going to have some extra cash on me now, because I'm paying off a bill, but beyond that, I am broke. I don't know if I ever put this on YouTube. I might. I mean, you can't really see at all, but, I mean, I look like crap to me. I mean, I don't know what anyone else thinks, or, I mean, I really don't want to know, because I don't really care what everyone thinks. I think I care what I think. Except for my goddamn voice. And I've tried to, do it differently, but it always comes out deep and groggy like this. I mean, I could try making it higher, but it just sounds like I'm out of breath, and it still doesn't help, because I don't even know what I sound like myself. I mean, I think I know what I sound like, but then when I hear it on the recording, it's completely different, and it just makes things harder. And of course, where I live is where there's nothing, because I'm in a residential area, and anything that you have to go to, you have to go to the bigger city, which I hate because I'm basically fucking insane. So yeah, I can't deal with big cities and that kind of crap, and it's just annoying, and it's not good for my truck because it's older and it takes a crap ton of gas to drive up there. I mean, I'm lucky to find a doctor that was closer by. I mean, she has an office in Salt Lake, or the bigger city, and she comes down closer so I can see her, but it's only on a single day a week, which is, of course, if you notice, Wednesday. So yeah, this again, like I keep saying, it's going to be a long goddamn road and a long process, but hopefully it goes somewhere. And to think back, I have tried other things that were more feminine. If you haven't noticed, I was born a male and want to become a female. Because why the hell not? I mean, yeah, looking back, I could see when my sister came around, I did things more feminine, and things just felt right. And I mean, I've never told this. I've told, I think, my nurse practitioner, which is the person that gives me meds, so I don't wind up killing somebody. Is there was a point where I was doing laundry and I stole my little sister's panties and tried to wear them, but of course I was too fucking fat, and she's like 5 years apart, so there was no, like, it was a no-go. But I've looked at stuff like that before and just wondered, and I don't know. I just really don't know how it came along. I mean, no one really knows. You can't really tell or like pinpoint this is when it happened, that's when it happened. It's not like that. That people ask that and like wonder like, oh, when was a year? I mean, there's a year like you find out and you actually realize, yeah, that's what's happening. That's why everything felt wrong. Like I said, at age 24. But just to think back of all the stuff I've done and wanted to try and just never understood anything, it makes sense. But yeah, pinpointing it is ridiculous. And it's annoying to hear like younger people finding out earlier or, coming out earlier, and people are like so supportive because that's the time. Right now, this time and age is when it's okay and people are more accepting. Back when I was younger, if you did anything like that, you were bullied, picked on, and shunned. Especially in this state of fucking Utah. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, other states are probably as bad, but not around here, where if you do anything wrong, you're shunned. And this whole state's run by the goddamn Mormon church. And if you're Mormon watching this, or some kind of religion saying that, and saying that I'm just against a religion, that kind of crap, so be it. That's your choice. I mean, you get to choose wherever you want. You believe in what you want to. I don't care. And if you don't like what I'm saying in this video, you can leave if anyone ever sees this. I mean, I may just post it just to allow it to go on, but I don't know. But yeah, going through this, just thinking back, I mean, I had 2 older brothers and a younger brother. Just think of that. And also, middle of 5 kids. The middle child always gets the fucking screwed end of the stick. Some people out there that are older siblings or younger siblings may say that it's not. It's bullshit. Okay? Unless you are a middle kid, you have no idea what it's like. Because if you want to act like an older kid, like the kid's older than you, you're told to act your age. Or you act like the younger kids, you're told to act your age. So really, you don't have a place. And you're treated like garbage. And I'm not the first person to say this, and I'm not going to be the last person to say this, and other people that have dealt with it will agree. Because you're treated like garbage or lost in the crack, because there's always the older kids and the younger kids. And if you're lucky to have an even number of people, then there may be a middle, because there may be like an older, younger, and then 2 middle. But still, I mean, people are getting lost and getting treated like garbage. I'm surprised there's not more support groups, which there probably are. I just haven't looked for middle children, but yeah. And people may be saying that, yeah, I'm just saying this, or it's a kink or that kind of crap, but it's not. I mean, I've done research upon research of all this stuff, going through all what could happen, what are the effects, what the surgery will be, how it will happen, where everything situates itself, and yes, I cannot speak for the life of me. But, yeah, I've researched everything. I mean, I've watched simulations of the reassignment surgery, of how they redo everything, basically. If you haven't seen it, you can search it online. That's where I found it. And it's really interesting to watch how they remove, of course, the testicles and the blood vessels that help you get an erection. And then they rework all that into a new, the vaginal cavity, to the labia, and then they reroute your urethra so you can urinate like a girl, but you can opt out of that. There's other things. There's new things coming every day because it's a newer thing. I mean, saying that, yes, really it's not. I mean, it's just been more accepted. Looking back, you can see people that are transsexual, now it's called transgender. Everything is a new name, or it changes throughout the years. It's basically how there's millennials and Gen Xers and all that kind of bull. Really, someone just gave it a name, and people just followed with it because the human population loves to follow a trend or follow something, because if you don't, then you're outcast. What I have been my whole fucking life. And being an outcast my whole life, I've reverted into being an introvert and just avoided people altogether. Because, I mean, once you've been shunned or avoided for so long, you accept it and just avoid everything. Which, at this point, I don't want to avoid everything, but then, of course, being insane and having PTSD and anxiety and paranoia doesn't help. Because then there's the point, like, you want to go out doing something, then your mind thinks, no, you can't. No, you shouldn't. What could happen? I mean, not like a couple of years ago, there was a shooting, or someone came up into drive-by at a fucking goddamn gay bar or a bar somewhere. And I was like, yeah, that's fun. That just makes me want to go outside more. I mean, life is dangerous, but if you avoid all the danger, you don't have a life. Which I feel like I don't have a life. And it's pathetic. Thinking, you know, I've been here for 26 years and done nothing but went to school, grew up, started working, and that's all I've done. I mean, at most, I've been on one date with another person, and that went terrible. I mean, I was too afraid to even really say much, and to even get too close, and it just didn't work out. And the thing is, with the girl that I tried to go out with, things didn't really click, because she went through, like, everything was happy in her life. She had parents that got divorced, but they stayed close and they keep talking and whatnot. And on my end, my family hated each other, fought with each other, and then my mom got divorced from my dad because he was the person that caused me to go insane, abusive, violence, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, you kind of can't, you know, bond or connect with somebody that has no idea what you're talking about and doesn't understand how things have been throughout your life, but they've had a happy life. I mean, maybe you could have talked longer and got things to work out, but I don't know, it just didn't seem like it was right. There was also a few other things, but I'm not going to go into that because there's just no point. But yeah, and you can probably see that my room's a mess, but I don't care. I mean, if I had a different camera angle, you could see a bunch of more crap, but this one works for now. If I rearrange my room, I'm going to have to refix a few things, but that's in the future if I can even keep recording, because I have a crappy Mac that doesn't have that much storage space. I mean, it's one I got from college, which is a waste of time unless you're going for a certain degree, like a PhD or high or something like that, because if you do something small or little, you don't get nothing and no one will give you a job. And also I got screwed because I went for a 2-year degree and it cost me $30,000, which usually I'm pretty sure that's a lot for a 2-year degree, but who knows? I mean, I've heard things about the school I went to is getting under fire for predatory loans, so I don't know. I've tried working on my credit on my student loans, but that's gone out the window too, from incidents and accidents and all that kind of crap keeping me from working. But yeah, so hopefully everything goes well tomorrow and I don't get screwed out my ass, because I swear I've talked to the doctor enough about information, but there may have been things that slipped my mind or something like that. Hopefully nothing keeps me from getting stuff, because some people may say that you're just trying this for one thing or another, or you think of it and then you don't want to completely change, but really thinking about it and thinking about actually having everything done makes me feel happy and hopeful for the future, which, I mean, it seems that it's just right, but who knows if I can get all the way there. So if I can or can't, that's just something I have to see what happens. I'll try to do these videos once a week, probably either before or after the appointments, to do like a basically keep the information flowing and keep things moving correctly, and keep updates every time, just so I have a thing to look back on and see, the difference. I mean, I've looked at older pictures that look completely different, but yeah, we'll see how things go.